I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
All right, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Don't worry. I know Asmongold's not taking over shit. Sorry about that. You can hear me now, right? You can hear me? Everything's good? Wait. We got some numbers over here. Hold on. Rumble count. Viewers. Boom. You can hear me, right? Hi, hello. Hello, Carla. Let's see here. We got Ginger Shepherd. Oh, hello, Rebby. Hi, Rebby. Oh, we got Spin City News. Look at that. All right, Spin City News. How about that shit? Anybody will come in this, motherfucker. We got all kinds of new people. Michael. What's up, Michael? You're not new. Lorraine. Hello, Lorraine. Lorraine, that's my intro because I was a wrestler. So that's my intro. Just relax. Hey. Dr. Disrespect's intro was like 4 days long. Relax. Asmongold's intro is like 35 minutes. My intro is like max 3 minutes. Relax. No, you're good. What's up, Amy? Hello. You're still a girl. That's good to know. That's I'm glad to know that it works that way. Because for a while there, I thought that you could just like go gadget whatever and do whatever you want, Oh God, happy Monday. Ugh. I went to work today. Ricky Boozy, what's up? I went to work today and I didn't go anywhere. I went work. And they said, we don't have anything for you to do. So, okay. I'm still getting paid. Yes. Okay. Whatever. So I put together a little show for this evening. I got a schedule. If you didn't see on X, what I'm going to be doing is Monday. Holy shit, it's Dean fucking Teeter. Dean, hello. I always want some of that. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm going to be streaming. Those are the days. Maybe if I don't have a job, I'll stream every single day. But for now, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. In the evening, I'll be making videos. Otherwise, right now, special sneak peek. I'm making a video about Greenland right now. Okay. Svarter Brander, that's gross and acceptable, but I don't hear about that shit. Greg, what's up, Greg? Polly, hello, Polly. Hello, everybody. So, just like always, we are going to get into Portland crazy bullshit. Probably be wild, even though it's Monday. Those people don't care. I thought for a while there, well, maybe Monday will be not so bad. And then Tuesday, no, Monday's crazy there. It's like they don't have jobs. As always, we got Ralph back here holding it down. So let's get started, guys, if you don't mind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. No, 18 and up, and stop messaging me. Okay. 18 and up in my chat. I appreciate that. Thank you for the update. The views and opinions and the words that come out of this area right over here, this whole thing I got going here, that they're my opinions and my opinions only. Nobody in this room, nobody in the chat room, nobody, not Polly, not Carla, not Greg, nobody. Nobody is responsible for what I say but me. In turn, nobody is responsible for what someone else says but them. I am not responsible for what someone says on my stream. Sometimes I'm going to like someone that you're not going to like. Or you're going to like someone that I don't like. Like most of you, like a few people that I can't stand. Right? So, that doesn't mean we're still not all friends. Maybe a hot take, but the enemy of my friend does not necessarily become my enemy by default. Now, what's up, Ramsey? Now, if you're an enemy of my friend and I see you doing enemy shit and you piss me off and you do some negative crap and then you're a piece of shit, well, then now I'm on the side of my friend. But if you're cool with me and I ain't got no problem with you, and then my friend's like, oh, I hate that fucking guy. I'm like, oh, I wonder why. You're going to hate him too? No. Nope. No, you won't. I don't want anybody in any way at all taking any responsibility for what I say, because I say some wild ass shit. I never have liked Nancy Pelosi, not since even when she was in office with John F. Kennedy, because that's how long that bitch has been there. All right, we're going to get into it right now. I wanted to show you the lasers. Check this out. You're going to like this. You are. You're going to like this.
There's a laser? Wait, what? Take a look at this. So one of the security guards that was loyal to Nicholas
I was in his, sorry, I had to answer somebody out off of camera. I was in the, no, you don't have to tell me mute. Spin. I'm not interested in any of your shenanigans. Okay. So, I was in Asmongold's stream today, right? He says hello. Not really, but, until he was talking about some Iran stuff, and he's got actually pretty good coverage of it, to be honest with you. If you don't know who this guy is, this is Asmongold. I realize he looks like a homeless bum. I get that. But he makes more money than you do. He does. He probably, I get just a guesstimate, because he accidentally shared his YouTube analytics for one of his channels one time. And I know what other things that he's into. I would guess that he makes between $300,000 and $400,000 a month. If you don't believe me, if you think that there's no way that this guy makes 300 grand a month, ask somebody in chat who is saying either something along the lines of the Roach King or I love Asmon or whatnot, because this guy right here is the number one, in my opinion, the number one streamer for video games that there has ever been. He's right up there with Ninja and XQC and all these other guys, right? Right. And last stream, I doxed his front door. I doxed where he lives, his house. You should go back into that VOD and look and see. I doxed his house. It was crazy. I was proud of myself for it too. All right. So anyways,
Maduro has come forward and they have told their story of what it was like
wait.
America
We missed part of that because of me. We missed part of that.
Story of what parts that was.
All right. We missed part of that, but somebody that was there on the ground when Maduro was captured has told the story from that side of it. Listen to this.
Loyal to Nicholas Maduro has come forward and they have told their story of what it was like when America attacked. The security guard. On the day of the operation, we didn't hear anything coming. We were on guard, but suddenly all of our radar systems shut down without any explanation. The next thing we saw were drones.
Thumbs up.
A lot of drones flying over our positions. We didn't know how to react. Interviewer, so what happened next? After the drones appeared, some helicopters arrived, but there were very few. I think barely 8 helicopters. From those helicopters, soldiers came down, but a very small number, maybe 20 men, but those men were technologically very advanced. They didn't look like anything that we had fought before. And then the battle began. Yes, but it was a massacre. We were hundreds, but we had no chance. They were shooting with such precision and speed, it seemed like each soldier was firing 300 rounds a minute. We couldn't do anything. Oh my God. Is this Warhammer lore? Yeah, exactly. And then your own weapons, didn't they help? No, they did not help at all, because it wasn't just the weapons. At one point, they launched something. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a very intense sound wave. Suddenly, I felt like my head was exploding from the inside. We all started bleeding from the nose. Some were vomiting blood. We fell to the ground, unable to move. And your comrades, did they manage to resist? No. Not at all. Those 20 men, without a single casualty, killed hundreds of us. We had no way to compete with their technology, with their weapons. I swear I've never seen anything like it. We couldn't even stand up after the sonic weapons or whatever it was. Oh my God. You know what they should do? They should play this interview as a recruitment ad for the United States military. Those 20 men, without a single casualty, killed hundreds of us. We had no way to compete with their technology, with their weapons. I'd never seen anything like it. We couldn't even stand up after the sonic atomic weapon or whatever it was. So do you think the rest of the region should think twice before confronting the Americans? Without a doubt, I'm sending a warning to anyone who thinks they can fight the United States. They have no idea what they're capable of. After what I saw, I never want to be on the other side of that again. They're not to be messed with. And now that Trump has said Mexico is on the list, do you think the situation will change in Latin America? Definitely. Everyone is already talking about this. No one wants to go through what we went through. Now everyone thinks twice. What happened here is going to change a lot of things, not just in Venezuela, but throughout the region. There's a laser? Wait, what? Oh my god! A 60 kilowatt class directed laser energy developed by Lockheed Martin. Oh my god. And this is what they felt comfortable even showing. They literally spin in the Space Marines and the Psychers to fucking mind control and blow up the brains of these other people. Like, this actually was a Warhammer 40K operation.
So they used the damn laser. I think it was some sort of EMP blast that cut off, like, that shut off their electronics. And maybe it has like an alter effect. Maybe it has like some sort of, gives you like some sort of like seizure or something like that. That's crazy. Dean Teeter, how you been, man? I haven't seen you in a minute. I thought, you know, maybe you like got a new hobby or something. Just Ryan, what's up, bro? Sonic Pressure, yeah. Hey, you know, the fun fact. The ancient Egyptians, hear me out. I know a lot of stuff. Sure, Dean. I'm glad. I hope that all that worked out. So, Dean. So let's check it out. Fun fact: sound. We as a society don't understand sound properly. The ancient Egyptians, however, had a greater understanding of sound and sound waves and how to use those in various different manners in order to complete impossible tasks. I personally feel like that they somehow used sound waves to assist in the building of the pyramids. At some point, there's a place in Egypt right near the pyramids, right? And it's like an alleyway. It's like, it's hard to explain what it is. I'm not sure exactly what the name of it is, but there's a place you can go. And let's say I'm right here and Ramsey is with me, right? And Ramsey goes down this alleyway like 100 feet or some shit, right? A pyramid alley. You go way the fuck down there, like so far that I would have to be like, hey! And so then you just whisper, hey, Ramsey, hey, what's up? And the person way down there can hear you because of the vibrations. It like bounces all the way down. And it's like, it's coral cat. Is that what it's called? I'm not sure what it's called, but so I think that sound waves are very, very powerful. Like you ever been at like a club or like a loud concert and you just happen to be like near the speaker for like half the night, and then the next day your ears and your hearing is all fucked up for like 24 hours. GG. FAFO, of course. Thank you so much for the $2. I appreciate it. You know, so that's what I think. I think that they hit him with some sort of sound weapon and EMP blast that like cut off their communications and all kinds of stuff. So we are going to be covering 3 different things. I tried to put them in order. We're going to be covering a little update on the Minnesota, right? An update on Tim Waltz. An update on Portland, of course. But we're also going to be doing an update on Iran. The people basically have taken over Iran is about to, I don't know if fall is the correct word, because I don't think Iran's going to fall, but I think they're going to change leadership and leave it up to liberal American white women to, well, I guess, support the Shah instead of the people. It's like Donald Trump could say, Donald Trump could save their moms on Christmas morning, and they would find a way to sue him over it. They would be mad that he touched her inappropriately. It's like, what the they have such TDS, They can, no matter what Trump does, he's the bad guy, right? That's bullshit. Portland will be spicy tonight, and we're going to do what we always do. We're going to swap over to Rumble. Let's protect me, and so we have a good, nice time. I don't have to worry about shit over there. The Shah is better. That's funny. So,
hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused.
By the way, probably about 7 o'clock we're going to see. So maybe less than 2 hours from now. I got about 3 hours worth of stuff lined out. So I'll stop and start it. We'll chat and we'll BS, and you're going to like the stream, please. And maybe even share it. We're live both on Rumble and YouTube. If you'd like to just straight up just go join us on Rumble, and just spend the whole evening on Rumble, that's fine. Right now we got 46 people over on Rumble, doing pretty decently over there. It's gonna happen after saying this, and then was joining ICE and all that. Oh, cool. I like Dean Cain. Dean Cain, the Superman guy from Lois and Clark series. He's super patriot. He's gonna join. He's like joining ICE and shit. That's crazy.
On exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. And here's your meme of the day, brought to you by FiveMind.com. Just as I've been saying the last couple of days, you cannot look at this ICE shooting in Minneapolis in a vacuum. There's a lot of context here, there's a lot of nuance, and for some reason the Democrats, well, not for some reason, for a very obvious reason, the Democrats want to omit all the most important facts from the conversation. And obviously that's not the way these situations work. Context is the most important part, and well, boy do I have some key pieces of context here that really put things into perspective. We've got a police recording leak from over a month ago in Minneapolis that again shows exactly what these
okay. Hold on, I gotta address this. Ramsey says, question, what pays better for views? Where would you rather us watch? It doesn't really matter. It's about the same. I make more on YouTube because I'm just starting out with Rumble. It's more so of just like sharing the stream over on Rumble. Though, Ramsey, I found that like there's right next to the thumbs up and thumbs down, there's a little button called a repost with 2 arrows. If y'all go on Rumble and you repost it, especially when we switch over, that like pushes it all through Rumble. I've been on the front page of Rumble quite a few times, so hopefully we can get back there this evening. Jesse, what's up? Oh, Ricky Boozy's in the chat. We got Tony P in the house. Mad Onion. I almost called you Madonna for some fucking weird reason. We got Chris. What's up, guys? So yeah. Honestly, if you're gonna watch videos, though, the only thing I ask you to do with the videos is watch the whole video. If you click on the video and you watch 10 seconds of it, that's probably bad. And that goes for other creators too. If you have a good favorite creator and you want to support that person, watch their video from start to finish, let it play through the ads, and just watch the whole video, like, comment, and share it. Those are like four ways you can support your favorite content creator for free. And you know what? I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I super chat streamers that I personally watch all the time. Bobby Poff. Shout out to Bobby Poff. Bobby Poff is a Call of Duty streamer. Look him up, Poff. Bobby Poff Gaming on YouTube. He's probably live right now. I bet you anything, because he streams Call of Duty and only Call of Duty for 20 hours a day. 20 hours a day. He streams. So he's the number 1 Warzone player in the entire game. Anyways, during Christmas time, I went over and super chatted him several times during his stream just to say Merry Christmas. That's it. Easy, right? So we share the wealth. Not greedy. I appreciate all the super chats and all the tips I get, but not greedy. Just watch my videos. That's good enough for me. I'm going to be doing a Greenland one. I don't know if it's Greenland or Greenland. Maybe it depends on what part of the United States I live in. But we're going to be making a comprehensive breakdown of why Greenland is in the place it's in under Denmark control. And then what's so great about it and why do we want it? Those are the questions that I'm going to answer in my video.
ICE agents are dealing with on the ground. Exactly what Democrats are enabling and protecting. This, I guess, is what the Democrats don't want you to know about. Let's expose their dishonest emissions, shall we? We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so here's a post once again from the great Mazemore on X. He writes, "This was in Minnesota last month. This is illegal and dangerous. It happens regularly. Politicians and media encourage it. If this happens enough times, someone will lose their life. It's inevitable, and it is not the fault of
Joe,
ICE.
what's up?
Just take a look."
Officers get attacked. They're surrounded and they're being attacked. We only have a few officers, but we have, what did they say, 60 to 70 agitators that are fighting them, and we need help.
This group is getting larger here, and they're chasing after ICE.
This operation turned chaotic fast. Protesters throwing snowballs and shouting.
We only have a few officers, but we have, what did they say, 60 to 70 agitators that are fighting them. They're not answering their phone out, so I don't know if they got knocked out or what, but we need help.
ICE says officers sustained multiple injuries, including cuts. Local police did not find it necessary.
Hello, Polly. Polly, you're looking beautiful today. Oh, and as soon as I said you're looking beautiful, as soon as I said the word beautiful, Rebby's name popped up on the chat. That's weird. You see how that worked out? I have guys. I don't know if you realize this or not, fellas. I don't know if you realize this, and I realize that it's real easy to tell them apart. They think they're doing something like, you know, bold and courageous, but when the left, the wonderful women of the left, when they dye their hair blue, cut it into like a pixie cut, and then they put like the stupid dumb bull ring, and then they get the big dumb glasses, and they got like a neck tattoo that's like right there. They're like highlighting themselves, for me at least. Fellas, I'm gonna do a poll right now, guys, but here's the poll. Fellas, don't you agree that liberal women versus conservative Republican women are like, what's a good analogy? A nice big juicy steak and then a bowl of shit. That's a good analogy.
To intervene.
That right there shows exactly what's happening. That's the key context that you need to really analyze the situation properly. Because if you listen to the Democrats, they're painting this backward story as if it's ICE that's coming in and terrorizing these communities. But in reality, ICE is coming in to enforce standing immigration law, and in many cases to protect communities. Crime is going down. Drug running is going down. What they're doing is protecting the country and its sovereignty. They're making American streets safer. And yet the left tells you that they're terrorizing communities. No, the only people that are terrorizing are clearly the far leftist goons on the streets. And in that call, you hear ICE agents desperately calling for help, but they are totally abandoned. They're calling for backup and getting no response. And it's exactly reinforcing what we've already covered, showing all these stand down orders that are being issued across Democrat states when it comes to providing backup for these ICE agents. Obviously, the politicians are in on this. And this is a situation now that is totally spiraling out of control. And the data, of course, backs that up. Look at this absolutely horrifying graphic here. Vehicular assaults on ICE are up 3,200% year over year, spiking from 2 in 2024 to 66 throughout the year of 2025. I mean, come on, that's an insane spike. And yet, despite the evidence, despite the obvious unacceptable nature of what Renee Good did, driving her car into an ICE agent, despite all the context surrounding this situation, the left is still defending her. Once again, defending the indefensible. And of course, included in the left is the leftist lamestream fake news media. Abby Phillips, of course, being the complete worst offender. Again, I'm questioning how this person is still on air. CNN was supposed to enact reforms to make their network more fair and neutral, and yet this is the slop that they're producing.
Do you really think that her intention in that moment was to run that officer over?
I mean, I think her intention was to move the car forward with a law enforcement officer standing in front of it.
Do you think that she meant to try to kill him?
I mean, I don't know, Abby, and I wouldn't have any way of knowing.
Don't you think that is extremely important?
All I know is that.
I mean, Scott, don't you think that is extremely important as we try to understand what was going on here? I think if you're gonna if you're gonna say she was trying to kill him, you're basically saying she intended to kill him, and I asked you just point blank, and you wouldn't say that. Do you think that it is possible that she was trying to escape the interaction?
Escape what?
Yes.
Escape what?
Escape the interaction.
Armed men coming to her car.
I'm speaking English. Do you think it's possible that she was trying to escape the interaction?
Was she in danger?
Well, two armed men were approaching her car, telling her to get out the car.
I'm confused. What part of escape is not understandable?
Escape like as though she were being pursued.
She's being surrounded by law enforcement officers.
Yes.
Do you think it is possible that she was trying to flee?
Flee? Yes. And I heard her, and I heard her wife say, "Drive, baby, drive."
Right. So,
and then she hit the accelerator.
All right, great. So
she was looking dead ahead.
Now I feel like.
Hey, Rebby, I found a picture of you.
We're all in agreement that it is possible that she was not trying to kill the officer, that she was trying to flee, which may be wrong, but the intent does matter here.
It doesn't.
Because you are making it sound like that she showed up there with the intent to kill that officer.
I have never said that.
There's no
I have never said that, Abby. Here's what I believe. She showed up there with the intent to impede active federal law enforcement activities. She put herself in a position with a car in which she made a bad decision that caused the officer to believe his life was in imminent danger. That is not in dispute. Whether she intended to do that or not when she woke up in the morning is irrelevant. What did she do? Drive her car into the guy.
I think it.
Again, with the same condescending and arrogant tone, Abby Phillips spews absolute dog shit out of her freaking mouth. Well, we don't know whether Renee Good actually intended on committing vehicular homicide. This, my friends, is a moot point. It is irrelevant. Whether she intended to run him over or not is not important. This is what you call a scapegoat. I don't care if her tires were turned to the side. The fact is that she accelerated her car, a 4,500 pound.
Oh, no kidding, Blade? For real? Yeah, that happens from time to time, dude. It's crazy, right? I try to ignore it so I don't look like a loser. You know? Hi, everybody. Hey, like the stream. We're here for the rest of the night. We're doing fun stuff right now. When Tommy goes out, we'll go switch over to Rumble. If YouTube wants me to stay on Rumble, then YouTube can ensure me via direct communication, that my channel is safe to IRL stream Tommy. If they can do that and assure me that everything's safe, then I won't switch over. But until I can get that in writing from YouTube, hey man, gotta protect my shit. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. That's pretty dope. That's cool, Blade. That's awesome. Later, Spin.
Death machine into the direction of an ICE agent, and he acted. And again, as we've clearly identified, the officer in question only fired his weapon after he was struck by the vehicle. But of course, none of the facts, none of the nuance, none of the context matters. They just continue to lie and lie and lie, constantly jumping through hoops and twisting themselves to find the next counter talking point, shifting the goalposts.
This lady in this car today, along with other vehicles, have been tracking ICE agents around. Why are people believing that they can drive their car into a federal law enforcement situation and that is an appropriate thing to do?
It does strike me, Scott, that we.
Hey Jesse, just go to grok.com. Don't go through X. I use Grok all the time, and I don't ever use it through X. Go to Grok, create yourself an account. It's actually better on the actual site of it.
We actually don't know that she was doing any of the things that you suggested. We don't know anything about what she was doing. I mean, do you know as a fact?
DHS has said out loud today that she had been tracking around ICE agents all day long. That is part of the report.
She's following ICE agents. Think that I've read everything there is to read about this woman so far, and we have very little information about what exactly she was doing. She lives in that neighborhood, it seems.
Hey, this picture is bad. This will be the last one, but I'm just trying to make a point. I'm not trying to body shame anybody, but the things that I'm showing you, the differences between liberal and conservative women, are things that you can change with something that comes out of a tube or a bottle. They're things you can change. Hair color, hairstyle, piercings, how the way you do your makeup and everything. Because I can tell you something from a man who is... I've dated more than one woman in my life. I have a child, right? And I can tell you, I'd rather date a girl who wore minimal makeup than cake that shit on in layers I'd rather date a girl who dressed not no damn burqa, but at least conservative. At least if we can go out to lunch, and every guy doesn't stare at your ass and hit on you, it'll be a good day for me. Right? So this is the worst one though. This is pretty bad. Like when you do stuff like this to yourself, you can't get mad at the reaction you get. It's bullshit. Don't fucking do things like this to yourself.
But we don't know that she was a part of a convoy. We don't know that she was trying to do anything particularly with ICE agents.
She was just an innocent mother who happened to be there. She wasn't part of an organized anti-ICE group that was obstructing federal law enforcement. Give me a frickin' break when that gets debunked. Oh, well, we don't know her motive. We don't know if she actually meant to run him over, and therefore, unless she explicitly states her intent to kill you with the vehicle, you have no right to defend yourself. What a dumbass. I mean, really, what else can I say? Oh, this Abby.
That's a dude. I wouldn't doubt it. Dusty Beaver. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. It probably is a dude. Honestly, it probably is. I don't know. I can't really tell. I don't want to know. But it doesn't matter because my point stands. Don't do shit like that to yourself. There's a game called... Okay, look. Thank you, Spin City. You know. There's a game, guys, called Ratchet and Clank, and in this game, there's one of the series where you kill these little blue balls of like these little pets that you get, and it's like a ball of blue, and that's what this thing looks like. Just it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter if it's a dude. The rule's still the same. It doesn't matter. Don't do this shit to yourself and then expect me to take you seriously, right? Right? Am I wrong? I mean, if you want to be taken seriously, you don't do that shit. Oop, hold on.
The Phillips chick is unbelievable, especially the way she presents herself as such a heightened intellectual who's read everything and knows all the details and all the facts. She never knows jack squat. Another frickin' useless DEI hire, masquerading as a competent journalist. But obviously I shouldn't get too caught up on the Abby Phillips thing, because it's not just Abby Phillips, it's all of them. All they do is lie. And at the end of the day, this is very simple. In fact, it should also be simple for Democrats, because as we're now learning, in 2020, a Minnesota law was passed by Governor Tim Walz, by the way, that says if a car moves towards a cop and they believe that it's a real threat, that they don't have to wait to get hit, they can shoot. No impact is required if a threat is perceived. That is a law that was signed by Governor Tim Walz. I think really it all boils down to this infamous tweet. It's amazing how much leftist discourse is just them pretending not to understand things, thus making discourse impossible. Exactly. This applies so well to what we're dealing with on the left right now. As if they don't understand basic concepts of self-defense. As if they don't understand the fact that a vehicle barreling towards you is clearly a deadly threat. As if Renee Good's intentions really mattered. As if the slight turning of the wheel really mattered. You know, we got Jacob Fry saying stuff like this.
Anybody can see these videos. Anybody can see that this victim is not a domestic terrorist. I mean, my goodness, she's like doing a 3 or a 4 or 5 point turn. This looks like somebody that's trying to get out of there. If doing a 3-point turn or a 4-point turn is a domestic terrorist, and my wife is a criminal every single day, it does not make sense.
It's purposeful ignorance. I mean, this guy doesn't actually believe that. Clearly, there's a difference. And clearly, the direction of the vehicle or the vehicle's tire doesn't really matter when you got an ICE agent standing a foot in front of you. Again, as we've stated a million times, he can't see the direction of those wheels. All he sees is a massive deadly weapon barreling towards him. What else is he supposed to do? Well, Democrats pretend to not understand any of this. The context, the nuance doesn't exist. They analyze this stuff within a vacuum, purposeful ignorance. They'll play ignorant, they'll lie, anything.
I don't mean to be rude, but the lady right there is probably one of the top 3 dumbest people in our entire government. There was a woman that was dumber than her, but I don't want to be rude to anybody who's not alive. But there used to be a lady called Sheila Jackson Lee, and she was dumber. But now that she's no longer alive, this lady right here, is Maxine Waters. Who is that? It's Maxine Waters. She is an absolute moron. Her and Jasmine Crockett and AOC, they don't even have one brain all together. They don't even have one full brain. All right, next. All right, so do you remember those people who got, like the people who in Portland who got shot by the Border Patrol, right? I know we're skipping around a little bit, but I want to cover some different things. I got to keep you on your toes and keep you interested, right? Jesse, I don't know. Oh man, Jesse, man, ooh, she is smarter than the majority of the Canadian government. Ooh, is that? Ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know. She dumb. She's stupid. But Sheila Jackson Lee is the remember Sheila. Wait. Let's watch this while I look for something. I got a Sheila Jackson Lee video to show you. Dean Teeter, you son of a bitch. How you doing, man? Hope you're okay, Dean.
Department is now charging the Venezuelan man shot by Border Patrol in Portland, Oregon. The DOJ alleges the suspect rammed a Customs and Border Protection vehicle multiple times during the targeted arrest.
Okay, that was fast. I'm sure you guys have already.
Shout out to Teaspoon. And I love T-Sply. I do. He helped me out so much with my videos, and I asked him to critique one of my videos. Guys, I was so proud of my video. And he fucking destroyed it. I was like, shit. Oh my goodness. So he's a great guy, but I gotta figure out how to get him to shout me out in one of his videos though. Steve Gilbo, okay, I will look it up. Cool. I appreciate you guys smashing the like button. Yeah. Isn't it Maxine Waters, right? Isn't that her name? Am I stupid? Isn't that her name? Is Maxine Waters, right? Maxine Waters. Yeah, Maxine Waters. Whoa. Hold on a second. I need to do something before I forget. Yo. Crazy. All right. All right, before we get to T-Sply, it's only 3 minutes, okay? Before we get to T-Sply, I had to do this. Oh yeah, let me end the poll. One person voted. Somebody's just being a troll. That's all that is. Wait, the poll's ending. Hold on. There you go. Joe, how do I feel if Trump forcibly takes Greenland? It's about damn time that United States expanded its territorial domination of the world. If somebody doesn't like it, I invite them to come do something about it. The fact, Joe, is that the United States is the world power. We are the most important country in the world. We are the greatest country in the world. And even the people who fucking sit here in this country and live here and complain about it and bitch about it every single fucking day, they will not leave. Imagine being somewhere, Joe, and you fucking hate it. Every day of your life you spend screaming about the damn place you live, but you refuse to move. You can move also. You can. But you have the ability to. Hell, some countries, as an American citizen, especially if you have a pension, some countries will actually pay you to go move there. You're Somali. It depends on what you. I mean, there's no reason to import thousands of the same persons from the same place and put them all in the same place. I mean, they're not going to assimilate into our culture. That's the difference between a settler and a immigrant. You know, they're like, oh, this country was created by immigrants. No, it was created by settlers. Big difference. All right, you have to watch this real quick. It's funny. I didn't plan on this video, but this is like an impromptu thing. But here, ladies and gentlemen, she's no longer with us. She has passed away. So in her honor, I would like to introduce you to, if you do not know, Texas Representative Sheila Jackson Lee. You're welcome. Please pay attention to what she says.
I've held an AR-15 in my hand. I wish I had it. It is as heavy as 10 boxes that you might be moving. And the bullet that is utilized, a 50 caliber, these kinds of bullets, need to be licensed and do not need to be on the streets. 90% of the people want background checks. Over 60% want a ban on assault weapons. 80% plus want red flag laws. And I would venture to say those numbers would be similar for storage laws and for licensing laws regarding the question of firearms and ammunition. And finally, interestingly enough, Americans support the buyback program, which all of us could have in our respective communities.
Like, this ain't even funny anymore.
So, she claims that an AR-15, the best one of those videos I saw was when it played what she said, and then it cut to a like 10-year-old girl doing a shooting competition, walking through the woods with an AR-15 going pop, 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 pop. And then, well, okay, so Ricky Boozy, do you have any idea where I could pick up one of those 50 caliber AR-15s? Because I'd really like those, you know? I think it's really cool that the AR-15s, I mean, AR actually stands for assault rifle. Did you guys know that? Did you know that people actually fucking believe that bullshit? You ask somebody like that's against guns and shit what an assault rifle is, and they go, oh, just a big scary gun. They actually think that AR and the AR-15 actually stands for assault rifle. Isn't that stupid? If you didn't know, it stands for Armalite. It's just the company who made it. That's all. It doesn't stand for assault rifle. It's just unfortunate that it's AR and then assault rifle is also AR, and stupid people make that connection. They just go, oh, it's an assault rifle. And in a 50 caliber, and you know what's funny is a RoboCop gun, a true 50 caliber, like a Desert Eagle, the AR-15 will put a hole in you about the size of maybe like a nickel, maybe a dime or a nickel. But a RoboCop gun, the Desert Eagle 50 caliber, will put a Jesse Ventura Predator movie hole in you. But that's perfectly legal. Oh my God. I actually know a lot about guns, but that's another story. Yeah, they don't make it because it doesn't exist. Oh my goodness. People are so stupid. It's like 5 minutes of research. 5 minutes could dispel every single one of their little facts. That's why they were saying you can't debate them. Yeah, you can't debate left liberals. You just can't. There's no debating these people. It's ridiculous. Because they have their own set of facts. Like the Portland Frog, that chick, whatever the chick with the beard, the Portland Frog was like, if you would just educate yourself, like, what the hell's wrong with you?
We heard the news that just 3 days ago there was a Border Patrol agent who had to use his firearm in order to defend himself from somebody trying to use their vehicle to smash into the Border Patrol agent. Well, that person apparently has ties to Tren de Aragua. He has officially been charged just 3 days later. Now, here's where things get interesting. It's being reported in the actual criminal complaint, and we will go through it, that the man inside of the vehicle who tried to hit the Border Patrol agent. Apparently, he admitted that he knew those were Homeland Security officers or Homeland Security vehicles as he was trying to flee, and he was trying to hit them. And again, that's in the actual criminal complaint. As the FBI was investigating him, we have it noted here, Moncada admitted to intentionally ramming the Border Patrol vehicle in an attempt to flee. We'll go through all of this. Now, before we dig into all of this, make sure to please like the video. It's the #1 way you guys are helping this channel, and it also helps others see the videos as well. And by turning on the notification or subscribing, that's another way to support the channel. We go live every morning, and I don't want you guys to miss a thing. We cover all topics, federal operations, and things just like this. So
do the poll. Do the poll. Do the poll. Do the poll.
The Department is now charging the Venezuelan man shot by Border Patrol in Portland, Oregon. The DOJ alleges the suspect rammed a Customs and Border Protection vehicle multiple times during the targeted arrest. This is the damage done to that vehicle. You can see it there on your screen to the left. A second suspect is also in federal custody. She is being charged with illegal entry by an alien and will make her first court appearance tomorrow.
I don't know if you guys caught that. Illegal entry by an alien. Again, I make this point all the time. You don't hear this talking point a lot, that it's not...
By the way, if you didn't know, the news correspondent lady right there, her name is Emily Campagno, and I kind of love her, but don't tell her. Okay.
Illegal, or it's not a federal offense to enter the country illegally. And here's the thing, we don't hear that talking point a lot, most likely because as a political talking point, statistically speaking, the majority of Americans like security and don't like when people commit a crime. Even if we're not going to classify it as a federal crime, nonetheless, it is classified as some sort of crime. So I just wanted to throw it in there that she is being charged with coming into the country illegally.
Meantime, Portland's own police chief broke down in tears when revealing the suspect's gang affiliation. Watch.
They do have some nexus to involvement with TDA. We can confirm that. I hesitated to even share this information initially because I'm very aware of the historic injustice of victim blaming. I want to speak for just a moment specifically to my Latino community. It saddens me that we
are you gonna cry?
Even have to qualify these remarks.
Portland chief of police cries while revealing I haven't watched this yet. I'm just now finding out. Hey, everybody, Portland residents, if you live in Portland, I'm talking to you right now. I think I just figured out what the fuck the problem with the police department is. Portland police chief cries while revealing in criminals shot by Border Patrol have Trinidad Aragua gang cry.
Okay, now leave your comments down below how you feel about that. Now, to be fair to the story, I just want to let you guys know there is another talking point out there. You might be shocked to find out there are some conservatives who are actually sticking up for the chief of police. Not because he was crying, but some conservatives are questioning why is the mayor not standing next to the chief of police during that press conference, considering the mayor is the one who fully controls policies and policy posture within the Portland Police Department. So again, even if you don't agree with that talking point, if you're seeing that some conservatives are actually sticking up for the Portland police chief there, I just want to let you guys know I did my research, and it looks like some conservatives who are pro-police and pro-security, they are saying, look, I know that the Portland police chief, he might be doing a lot of things wrong, but remember, in Portland, the mayor of Portland has just as much control of policies over the police. So I always try to be as fair as possible in these videos. Again, even if you don't agree with it, it is out there.
The feds accusing Luis Nino Moncada of targeting Border Patrol agents with a pickup truck and reportedly saying ice repeatedly while being treated for gunshot wounds.
This all played out last Thursday with the circumstances surrounding the shooting of 2 people by Border Patrol agents initially unclear. Now we have a lot more detail as a result of the charges in the newly released criminal complaint, which says the agents opened fire after one of their vehicles, you see it there, was repeatedly rammed by a pickup.
Yeah, guys, who's the host? The real Janet Yellen. Who's the host? Who you think the host is? I just said your name. I'm pretty sure I'm the host. It's me. It's this guy right here. This situation right here is the host. I love you know what I love? I love when very attractive women talk all tough and shit. That's yes, the real Janet Yellen. And the last time I checked, wait. Yes, very Jewish. Yes. I'm so Jewish, my dad's from New York. That's how Jewish I am.
Truck during what the agents say was a targeted enforcement operation in Portland, Oregon, seeking to arrest a woman alleged to be part of a prostitution ring run by the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua.
So this is very crucial because this was actually a targeted operation to go after one particular person. And again, I do want to throw it out there. This is the Border Patrol vehicle, and it was hit multiple times.
The woman was a passenger in the truck that you see here that was being driven by Luis Nino Moncada, who is now charged with aggravated assault of a federal officer using a deadly or dangerous weapon. Nino Moncada is also alleged to be associated with Tren de Aragua. Now, the criminal complaint says that when agents stopped the pickup truck and ordered both occupants to get out, Nino Moncada, quote, placed the target vehicle in reverse and reversed, colliding with an unoccupied border
Joe, it's not the
vehicle
same when it comes from a girly.
Speed and force to cause significant damage.
Wow.
And it goes on to say agents were, quote, fearful that Luis Nino Moncada could strike them and other Border Patrol agents with the target vehicle.
Now remember, we are finding out all of these details today as
Janet
I make this
Yellen,
video. All of the
shalom.
details are finally being released. The only reason why this is crucial...
I'm an Ashkenazi Jew. If you know what that is, that's cool. If you don't, I'm not going to explain it.
For context, it's a very big reason. After this all happened, and we didn't know the details, within hours, leadership in Oregon and in Portland were already shifting a lot of blame towards ICE, Homeland Security, for causing destruction. And we saw a lot of correlation between what's happening in Oregon.
Nah, he's actually a Janet Yellen. The guy in the green room is T-Sply. He's a good friend of mine. He's not Jewish, but he comes from his family heritage is of Jewish nature, but he himself is not Jewish, which is fine with me. He's got a cross in the background next to him. He's not Jewish.
And what's happening over in Minnesota as far as the use
Hey,
of
actually, I wonder where he's
again,
at.
We didn't
He might
know
be in
any
here
of these
at some point. You
details,
might get to
but
meet
there
him.
were a lot of implications out there shifting the blame to Border Patrol and Homeland Security for causing all of this.
And therefore, those agents opened fire. Nino Moncada and the woman were both hit by gunfire, but then drove away from the scene, later calling 911, asking for medical help. Both were taken to the hospital and treated. Nino Moncada faces up to 20 years in prison. He is due to make his first court appearance later this afternoon. No charges have yet been filed against the woman.
Now, there's a key
I actually know
detail
him,
in this
so.
complaint that Fox News apparently missed, and we can thank Ocean Plot for catching this. So this is Ocean Plot on X. If you guys want to go give him a follow, go support him.
Well, he never-
He's just like me. I always try to be as
What do I have to do to get T-Sply to shout me out in a video? What the fuck?
fair as possible, talk about all the different talking points in these stories. And even if you don't agree with it, I hope you understand I'm only giving you the talking points so you know what all of the talking points are. He pointed out to me, hey, do you realize in the criminal complaint there is an admission of knowing that those were Homeland Security agents or an element out there to try
Freedom
and get
Compass,
them
what's up?
as far as deportation operation?
Everybody say hi to the Freedom Compass. What's up, bro? How you doing?
So here's what Ocean Plot found in the criminal complaint. After receiving medical attention, Moncada was read his Miranda rights and was interviewed by FBI special agents. In the interview, Luis Moncada admitted to intentionally ramming the Border Patrol vehicle in an attempt to flee. And he stated that he...
Okay, Dragon Lady wants to know what everybody thinks about Mercado, okay? I don't really know him all that well. I gotta be honest with you. I don't. However, I will say this. I don't like people who have no integrity and then publicly show their lack of integrity. I don't like that shit.
He knew they were immigration enforcement vehicles. So you would think this would be a bigger deal than it is, but I'm not really seeing anyone else report on this other than Ocean Plot on X. So again, I highly suggest you go and support him and follow him because he was able to catch this in the actual civil complaint. And again, you're seeing it right there. In an attempt to flee, he stated he knew they were immigration enforcement vehicles.
Yeah, I saw all this shit that he did. Video and shit lasts forever. I wore spandex and underneath the spotlight. Video lasts forever, bro. Hey, look. If that's how he wants to act, what? He a grown man. I mean, he just has to suffer the repercussions, you know? It looks like you guys don't like him at all. So damage has been done. Hey, you know what they say? It takes like a lifetime to gain respect and like 1 fucking second to lose it. Right? Is that what, something like that? Something like that, right? Isn't that something like that? Ricky Boozy, you know that quote? Something like that, right?
Okay, now real quick, I do want to segue into this idea of Tren de Aragua. You're probably hearing a lot more about TDA recently in the news, and it turns out this is what's happening right now in Utah.
On the streets of Salt Lake City,
a lot of crime when it comes to gang-on-gang violence.
Police say one gang quietly has been rising up the ranks.
TDA, Tren de Aragua gang.
Tren de Aragua.
They have terrorized multiple South American countries.
A prison gang known throughout Latin America for extortion, drugs and human trafficking, kidnappings and killings, has now been linked by investigators to crimes closer to home.
And that's when we really started to realize that we did have a presence here in Utah.
So I'm just going to say it now. I wouldn't be surprised if the Trump administration sends in federal elements into Salt Lake City.
Department of Public Safety Chief of Investigations Tanner Jensen says while the Sureños, Crips, and Bloods claim far more members in Utah, and the Sinaloa cartel continues to rule the drug trade throughout most of the Rocky Mountain region, Tren de Aragua is looking for its cut.
Trying to build an identity here in Utah and build out their network.
Jensen says, though, that's easier said than done, with the Venezuelan gang very much on law enforcement radars since 2024. Back then, the National Sheriff's Association even stated TDA had given its members the green light to fire on police officers.
Yeah, so this is a very big deal. And again, let me know in the comments down below if you're also hearing a lot more from TDA. One thing we do know, the Trump administration oftentimes references them, and whenever there is some sort of TDA involvement, and of course there are links to Venezuela, I mean, that gets blasted everywhere. Even with this story, I was very shocked how Pam Bondi immediately came out. Homeland Security, DOJ, everyone came out and started talking about ties to TDA. So yeah, leave your comments down below if you're also seeing a lot of this TDA talk in the media. Okay, now circling back to the Portland story.
Wait, I'm confused now. Freedom Compass, woke up to this email cloud. Your channel is still earning, but will be suspended from YouTube partner program on. Whoa. That's crazy. What the hell? Why? What did they say? You know, I thought that. Damn, Freedom Compass. That's crazy. I wonder why. They didn't give you any real reason.
There was one member of City Council I was actually a little shocked we didn't.
I told
hear
you,
from.
green room
that
guys.
Member of City Council was Angelita Morillo. We've actually been covering her and using her in a lot of my stories as far as what's been happening in Portland. And this was her perspective. I'm very curious what you guys feel about this.
Everyone, my name is Angelita Morillo. I'm a Portland City Councilor in Portland, Oregon.
See, people think Freedom Compass. Check this out, bro. People think because I paused it a lot that I'm just an idiot or I'm being rude. They don't understand that I'm breaking up the copyrightedness. You know what I mean? I know that's not the word, but you understand what I'm saying. I'm breaking up the video with my own commentary. You can't just restream shit. You have to add your own spin. You have to take the videos and make them your own. You know what I mean? I mean, I try to give various people, I'm not going to say anybody's name. I try to help various people and give them advice on which content and what direction to go to. Some people took my advice, some people don't, whatever. Also be my recent AI videos. You got to be really careful with AI videos. Yeah, I've been just trying to do like shorts, like the 3 minutes. I got to get into it because doing the long form videos the way I've been doing it would be so much easier because I wouldn't be limited to 3 minutes. I wish a YouTube short could be more than 3 minutes. That would be badass. That would be badass. I wish it could be maybe 6 or 7 minutes. That would be great. I would love that.
And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the shooting that happened yesterday. There were 2 people in East Portland that were shot by Border Patrol. And a little bit behind the scenes is that, you know, as city councilors, we got multiple national media requests to go on air and talk about this. And what I noticed today is that the minute that national media found out that those people were potentially, you know, had criminal backgrounds, they completely lost interest in the story. Because we live in a country where if you have a criminal background, apparently you are not allowed due process. And I'm seeing that sentiment be spread around online a lot. Well, they had a criminal background, or they...
Hold the fuck up. Never take advice from a Jew. What the fuck? Hey, the real Janet Yellen. Are you trying to... what the fuck? Wait, hold on. Yeah, I'm not going to take any chances with this shit. I want that person gone. Not just that hide user on this channel. Everybody way by the Janet Yellen. You're not going to come in here and start bad-mouthing Jews after you find out I'm a Jew. And fuck you. Fuck you.
may have been XYZ, so therefore it's okay what happened to them.
No, I banned her forever.
I do want to be clear here. When we say XYZ, that is in regards to Trenda Aragua and the allegations surrounding what the woman was involved with and the man, to include like a shooting that occurred in Portland. And again, this was all verified by the Portland police.
I need everybody to understand that we are either a country that has due process and we have a legal system that functions for everybody equally, or we do not. And right now, we clearly do not. But if you think that because you have never committed a crime that you will be considered innocent and therefore untouched by the system, I need you to understand that that is not true. In Minneapolis, Renee Good was a mother, a wife, a legal observer who had children's toys in the back of her car for her kids when she was shot in the head by an ICE agent, when she was publicly executed. And she told him,
What the fuck does that virtue signal bullshit? Thank you, Jim Joe, for the $2. Bye-bye and deported. It's funny. So what the hell does her having toys in the back have to do with anything? The fuck does that have to do with anything? By the way, guys, you see this picture above me? That's why we need term limits. Do you know who that is? Some of you do because you're smart. You know who that is? That's John F. Kennedy and Nancy Pelosi. That's right. That's John F. Kennedy and Nancy fucking Pelosi. That's how long she's been there.
I don't hate you, right before he shot her. The federal government is painting her as if though she is a violent criminal when clearly there is no evidence that points to that.
Now, just to clear up any confusion, because we were just talking about what was happening in Portland, and then the event that Angelita Murillo is now talking about happened on Portland Street in Minneapolis, you'll notice we switched topics really fast. And this was another critique or a little bit of confusion as far as why are Portland leaders and leaders in Oregon talking about what's happening in Portland? Totally different situation, and trying to cross-correlate it with something that occurred over in Minneapolis. So again, just to clear up any confusion, we did segue now to a new talking point.
So whether or not you are innocent or not, whether you are a citizen or non-citizen, whether you are white or a person of color or black or indigenous, we are all on the chopping block if we ask for accountability from this agency, if we demand our due process rights. So we need the national media to care equally when people who have criminal backgrounds are executed on our streets or are shot or have any violence done to them by these federal agencies. We need regular people to continue to care when this happens. Because if we do not draw that line in the sand that every single person deserves due process, then we may as well say goodbye to any modicum of justice and equality that we have left in this country.
Okay, so you guys can leave your comments down below how you feel about this. Now, as far as due process, I'm not exactly sure what Counselor Angelita Murillo was specifically talking about in this case, because this is technically due process. I mean, the man has been charged and he will be going through a trial. And again, he has been charged with assault using his vehicle on a federal officer. These are very hefty charges and he could face up to 20 years in prison. So as far as due process is concerned, he will be going through a court case. Okay, now from here, we're going to segue to a new story, but Angelita Murillo is tied to this as well. So I'm going to let the clip speak for itself.
10. A Portland police officer reassigned after being captured on video at a South Portland protest, appearing to agree with the tactics that were used by federal officers, which led to the shooting death of a Minnesota woman, Renee Nicole Wood, this week.
A Portland police officer was in the middle of a heated verbal argument with a protester Friday night outside the South Portland ICE building. You can hear on the TikTok video someone in the crowd off camera asking the officer if he too would shoot Renee Nicole Good, the woman killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis. He responds by saying, "If she drove a car at me, yes. We do not."
Okay, so leave your comments down below how you feel about this. Again, it turns out he was actually reassigned because that video did go out. I cannot play that video for you guys either, but it is out there. And again, I said Angelita Murillo was tied to this. This is because Angelita Murillo did make a comment on this particular situation.
If she drove a car at me, yeah.
My name is Angelita Morillo, and I'm a Portland City Councilor. I was tagged in this video. I just got back from a vigil at Terry Shrunk Plaza, which is right across the street from City Hall. I'm here at City Hall after hours, and this was a vigil for Renee Good and for other victims of ICE. So I am completely appalled and frankly enraged to see that Portland police are talking to protesters or to anyone like this. This is completely unacceptable behavior. I will be using whatever power I have as a city councilor to address things like this. I will be talking to the police chief and to the mayor. The executive, the mayor, gets to direct the police bureau. So we as councilors can pass policies to change how they work, but obviously that takes.
I told you guys at the beginning of this video how much power the mayor actually has over the chief of police. So again, to reiterate that talking point from conservatives, sometimes you will hear conservatives in this area of the country, Portland, they like to remind everyone, yeah, we don't necessarily agree with everything the chief of police does, but remember, if you're going to give a lot of heat to the chief of police, a lot of that heat should also be directed to the mayor. And that's actually being reinforced by Angelita Morillo right here, that, like she's saying, the mayor can make a lot of decisions.
Joe, you think she's pretty? You think she's hot, Joe? Would you smash that, Joe? Joe, I wouldn't fuck her with your dick.
Decisions here.
Time. So I also need people to put pressure on the mayor to make sure that we are getting our officers in line. You can contact Mayor Wilson at mayor@portlandoregon.gov, and I will continue to update the public about what I see.
Okay, so leave your comments down below how you feel about this story. I didn't want to make a whole dedicated video about it, so I figured I'd throw it in there because, again, Oregon, Portland, I mean, it's such a unique situation as far as this political rank structure between the chief of police, between the mayor, and when...
I'd rather just have dinner and go to bed.
Situations like this happen, you can really see, how this all dissolves. How, hey, put the pressure on the mayor because this could change everything for the police because we can now create a new policy. And again, I just try to show you guys all the different sides of the story here. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I always try to be as fair as possible with these types of videos or investigations. I try to give you guys all the different talking points so we can really see what's going on here. And even if you don't agree with talking points, again, I hope you understand. It's just out there so you know the fullness of these stories. So thank you guys again so much for your support. Make sure to please subscribe. Make sure to please like. Leave your comments down below. I love to read them. And make sure to turn on the post notifications. I am going live a lot more often every morning. We've been covering different federal operations around the United States. Shit. So turn on your notifications so you don't miss those live streams. And please pray.
As bartender AOC. Now, we're going to be jumping over to Minnesota, where Polly lives, in a little Somali. Is it little Somali or little Somalia? Because Somaliland is already a real place over there, right next to Somalia. Jim Joe, that's fucking weird. Yeah, that's backwards, Jim Joe. That's strange. Hey, this is Cash Jordan. If you don't know, there it is right there. 1.6 million subscribers, Cash Jordan. I can't imagine that you watch this kind of content and you're here with me right now and you don't know who Cash Jordan is. I would be shocked.
They're trying to break the federal government while their new leader eggs them on. Oh, now what's going on? Oh, they're going to get that guy. Why is he running if he's peaceful?
Get back, get back, get back, get back.
Yeah, peaceful protests don't require an armed response. Look at them. They're not backing up. Oh, he tried to grab his weapon. Oh!
Have been visited by state-sanctioned violence that is currently up.
So just so you guys don't think that I'm watching videos again and reacting all fake because I already watched it, the way I look for videos is I look for the title, I look whose video it is, I look at the subject, I kind of skim through just the beginning, like I watch maybe the first 15-20 seconds and then I just put it on my tab. So 90% or more of all these videos I have not seen. Okay, we're watching for the first time.
Occupying, terrorizing neighborhoods.
Oh, is that
That's not what's
Ilhan
happening.
Omar?
This is not okay. This is not the America we want to live in. And this is not the life we want for ourselves and for our
Are
neighbors.
you sure about that? Because you're the ones doing it.
This state-sanctioned violence, you all have refused to be afraid. You all have refused to back down.
Wow.
Tracy, my first
You all have
vote
decided
was for Trump.
that this resistance is not one that
Vicky
can
Mo
be
in the house.
intimidated.
What resistance is she talking about? Look at this.
Leland. Yeah, this is quite a large protest right now going through the streets in Minneapolis. They just started marching.
Yeah.
It's very loud. They have drums, they have
Oh, damn,
whistles,
Dragon Lady.
they have bullhorns, and the reason is because they are going outside hotels where they believe ICE agents are sleeping. So they were just.
I have never tried Somalian food, and I don't think I would. But from what I can gather, it's just a bunch of it's trash. Like there's a video of Jacob Frey, I guess the mayor of Minneapolis. Isn't that what that is? That Jacob Frey guy. There's like a video of him at some diner trying to scarf down like a Somalian meal, and you can just see it on his face that it's just like dry ground beef with no seasoning or some shit.
Outside of Hilton because they were told that ICE agents were there, and now it looks like they're moving to a different hotel. It's very organized because at the ICE office they have people there who watch every single car leave. They write down the license plate numbers and they track where the cars go throughout the day and then where they go at night. So,
and look what happens when they find out where ICE agents are staying. Look at this. There's people
Dragon Lady,
inside
yes, right.
this hotel who are like trying to sleep or something, and they're just rapping on the glass constantly. There's noise everywhere. I would be so terrified if you're in that hotel room with your family and the press is out there and these people are attacking it. Like,
that window is gonna break.
Yeah, and what's gonna happen to the people inside if they get in? What's gonna happen? This is so ridiculous. Look, you can see like staff at the hotel in there moving around. This ain't peace.
Last night you said there was not a Minneapolis police officer in sight.
They surrendered the city.
The case?
They surrendered.
yes, there are no Minneapolis police. And let me just show you, Leland. We'll try to kind of get ahead of the group here. Like you see these guys in the yellow vests directing
who are
traffic. These are not police or city workers. These are protesters. This is how organized it is.
They surrendered the city to the mob. The mob is out there directing traffic. The mob is out there telling the law-abiding where they can and can't go. And the police, they're not there at all. And you want to know why that is?
These are protesters. This is how organized it is. They actually stop the traffic. And they direct the protests where to go, and they tell the members of the public that they have to stay back.
That guy just got kicked out.
They're in control here.
They're in control.
There are absolutely no Minneapolis police officers
because the
out here.
police have lost control of their own city. And look what happened when the police showed up. Look, the police were there.
Really?
They were there. These are the sanctuary police. There's their sanctuary chief. Look at this. Look at this. This is crazy. The place is falling apart. Oh, they're interviewing him.
Why are you letting your city develop like this?
Yeah, why is he doing that? What's up, Chief?
What the
Oh, gee whiz. Now they're being yelled at by the mob. They're all leaving. Look at this.
Damn.
They're all leaving. Oh, no. Look at the mob's chasing them out.
No, not me.
The mob's chasing them out. And you know something? This police chief, this force, they've come out and they've said, look, we don't like ICE either. We don't need them in our city. We're on the side of residents of Minnesota. Well, look, these are the residents of Minnesota. They don't like the police. Law enforcement can't win with these mobs. Nope, can't do it. And that's why the police are leaving. The police just realized, they just found out that when you embrace the mob ain't gonna hug you back. Look, they're leaving. This is embarrassing. Law enforcement officers should not do this. No courageous law enforcement officer would cower like this in the face of the mob, but that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Look, they're gone. This is surrender. Right here. Total surrender.
That's the face your boss makes when he walks by and after telling you to hurry the fuck up, doing whatever you're doing 3 times, and you on there like checking your email or on Facebook or looking at my stupid shit on Twitter. That's what the face he looked. That's his face. Hey, I got a fun game. Wait, how's Rumble treating you? It's been worth Freedom Compass. Go make a Rumble account right now. You can get monetized today on Rumble. Rumble's immediate monetization. It's sort of goofy. Like they make you do certain tasks every month. Like every month I have to raid 5 people. I have to stream for a certain number of hours, but the money's pretty decent. I mean, I'm still working on it. I gotta get all my videos uploaded. That's my biggest thing, is just to get all the content up there. But yeah, do it. Oh, I would totally do it. I'm streaming right now. I'm live on Rumble and YouTube. And to cut that shit out with YouTube, see, I'm doing this types of videos right now, but as soon as Tommy goes live and we switch to Portland, Freedom Compass, I'm going to shut my YouTube stream down and force everybody over to Rumble. They already know. I got 79 viewers on Rumble, 238 over here. So I have like 300, maybe 400 over on Rumble. You know, I'm featured on Rumble on the main page a lot. They put me on the front page of it. I don't know why. I didn't ask for that shit, man. I think I'm featured on YouTube right now too. That's pretty dope.
Look, they're throwing stuff at their own police, throwing snowballs at their own cops. That's not peace. That's not beautiful.
Portland's gonna be. We're just. This is the Tommy waiting room, guys. You know?
About what we're witnessing here. These people really want to destroy their own city and our country.
This is an all hands on deck process, and in Minnesota, we know how to protect one another, and I have been incredibly proud the way our neighbors have shown up for one another. It's been beautiful to see,
attacking their own
that
cops.
kind of resistance is why ICE agents seem so angry and agitated, because they have never experienced
You don't have to have
that we experience here in Minnesota. And
Dragon Lady, it's the same as YouTube. You don't necessarily have to have an account. There's no money involved. In fact, if you want to test it, Dragon Lady, the link at the top of the chat that's pinned is not my Rumble account, but it's the actual link to the stream on Rumble. So to watch me on Rumble, guys, all you have to do is click the link that's pinned at the top of the chat. That's it. There's no sign up. There's no login. Now you can sign up. You can log in so you can like and follow me over there and whatever, but it's just like YouTube. There is a pay premium, but you don't have to buy it. You know what I mean? It's all free. Everything we do here is free.
we know that they are going to disappear one day, but we will be here caring for one another and carrying out policy with love here in Minnesota. This is
Ricky Boozy, yes.
With love in Minnesota. Is this what love in Minnesota looks like?
Thousands and thousands of people gathered in Powderhorn Park in Minneapolis.
Look at this.
That's a notable location.
The whole thing blinked just now, right? And in fact, somebody said Iceman called it. No, I don't know if you guys were here for that, but I actually straight up, I really did. I can't believe I did. Actually, I was thinking about this after the fact, but I actually called Portland Police Department after Iceman kept getting punched in the head. I did live on stream. Crazy, right?
Because that is where former Minneapolis City Council members announced their now failed campaign to dismantle the police here in Minneapolis, and that really sparked a nationwide movement. Now, yesterday, after the
and for the new people, please like the stream, subscribe to my channel, watch some of my other videos. I'm a content creator. I make videos, and also the reason we go over to Rumble, 3 reasons. Number 1, the video is better. Number 2, the audio is better. Number 3, and the most important thing, YouTube has very, very strict rules on content. And Rumble is a freedom of speech platform. There are certain things like the dreaded R word and that one thing where Tommy says it, where it's about the apple and the banana, you know? You can't say that on YouTube, but you can on Rumble. So Rumble's way better. I've never had any sort of problem with any of my videos on Rumble at all. Ever, ever, ever. Wait. That's who he said he would. Wait, I gave my real name, Jesse. Wait. What's going on? What did I do? What am I giving away? I'm so I don't know. I think I missed something. That's okay. I think I missed something, but that's all right. Yeah, so Freedom Compass, that's why I totally stopped doing it on YouTube. Like if you go watch my videos, there are no protesting IRL crap on YouTube. I'm just doing a show, watching other content videos like I'm doing right here with Cash Jordan. And then once you'll see Freedom. Once oh, right. Yeah. The guy asked me my name. I said my name is Clyde. My last name is Maddox. And he asked me for my phone number. And I just told him, like, look, man, I'm live right now. Hundreds of people are watching me. I'm not going to give you my phone number. That's okay. He understood. He was cool. He was cool.
Park. Also similarities to the George Floyd riots in 2020.
They're trying to recreate 2020. They call it love.
I did, Jesse. I did.
Because in 2020, many portions of Lake Street
by the way, that's not my real name.
During the George Floyd
protests
and riots. And here are some anti-ICE protesters.
Oh, let's meet them.
They're not out here trying to detain criminals. They're out here trying to incite chaos and just.
I see chaos on the screen.
Oh, nice, right Dragon fan.
I don't see any federal agents in any of the chaos here. I see federal.
Oh yeah, so I don't worry about the ads too much on my YouTube because I have YouTube Premium. But if you don't have YouTube Premium, you probably experience a lot of ads. I have no control over that. But on Rumble, there's hardly any ads at all. Like 2 ads for the whole damn stream.
Federal agents making an arrest who get attacked. I see federal agents defending their deportation jail who have to make arrests. But look at this. Got this guy surrounded by mobs taking over a street. He says we're not out here to cause chaos. So this is chaos.
His rules ain't got nothing to do with me.
Surrounded by
we're not connected in any way other than we're friends.
And my roots. So I'm here to stand up for what I think is right, and we as a community are here
by
together.
doing what's wrong. Look at this.
Now, Minneapolis
They're
police
breaking
say
into a hotel here.
1,000 protesters and some rioters damaged parts of the Renaissance and Canopy hotels downtown
That's
Friday.
Love, baby.
29 people were arrested. 1 officer injured after being hit with a piece of ice.
Hurting their own officers.
Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, along with other House representatives, say they were denied full access to an ICE facility here in Minneapolis yesterday.
I believe it.
This is
they probably showed up with no appointment and just wanted to go in.
And
they're causing chaos.
Violating the law. This is an out-of-control Trump.
Is Iceman in here? He might be in here.
American democracy dies. They are not only disappearing people who have committed crimes who are in this country undocumented. They are disappearing U.S. citizens.
No, they're not. When did that happen? When did a U.S. citizen get put on a plane and flown to some other country? Never happened. These people do nothing but spout lies to rile up their mob army with the hopes of taking over America. They think that's going to work this year.
Now, DHS fired back, saying members of Congress were notified that their visit was improper and out.
Oh, Iceman, are you here? Oh, Iceman, what's up, bro? Hey, man, I don't know if you saw my... Hey, yeah, what's up, bro? Hey, I don't know if you saw my message, but I really did call the cops the other night on your behalf. Crazy. Hope you're all right. Yeah, we're tracking Tommy's page, guys, but if he goes live and I miss it, don't be shy. Let me know. You're not going to hurt my feelings. If you see it before I do, just tell me in the chat that Tommy's live, okay?
out of compliance with existing court orders and policies which mandate that members of Congress must notify ICE at least 7 days in advance of congressional visits.
Right. That's why they didn't get
says, Representative Omar basically led protests, cheered up these protests on at the ICE facility.
Right. See, that's what these people do. They're just lying. Everything about them is a lie. They say Americans are getting deported. Not happening. They show up at an ICE facility randomly with a big mob behind them, screaming and shouting, and they say, let us in, and they wonder why they're not allowed in.
And really instigating.
Yeah, she's instigating.
And fueling so many of these riots here.
This is her army now.
And protests against ICE, just trying to get and murderers off the streets. I keep wondering, you say who's funding these groups? Why don't we know more about these groups?
True, but real quick, about Ilhan Omar, you are right. She's not only...
Okay, Iceman, I will. Thanks, man. Yeah, I think it's about 30 minutes, and we're going to be switching over to Rumble. Iceman, I found that if I stay on YouTube, I'm going to be on the short list of people who get demonetized. So I've been doing the pre-show like this only on YouTube, And then once we go for the IRL stuff, we'll just be on Rumble exclusively.
Fueling these protests.
She's part of the fraud, too.
Sometimes it gets violent, but she's also fueling the anti-ICE rhetoric that is causing the ICE agents to have a 13% increase in assaults on them, a 3,000 plus increase.
All these people standing here cheering, they think they're part of some movement.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, Iceman. The reason... The reason the reason we're switching over to Rumble is so that you don't have to keep it clean. YouTube is fine, no problem. Whatever the chat says is whatever the chat says. I can't control that, but I have to watch what I saying those phrases that Tommy says. Did you know, Iceman, that did you know that phrase is against the YouTube content policy? You can't say the R word or anything. Did you guys know that Dr. R was restreaming my stream? Oh, I'm famous now. She knows who I am. Tell her I don't use filters.
Which a legitimate resistance faction in America is behind. No, they're totally wrong. They're being emboldened by an elected official who is lying to them to cover up her own tracks. Don't forget that Ilhan Omar may have personally benefited from some of these fraud schemes. She's been photographed with some of the fraudsters. Kind of makes it not so hard to figure out why she's out there championing the one thing that might stop these investigations.
Ilhan Omar is entitled to her opinion, but not entitled to her facts.
Because they're lies.
The saying goes. And she is saying, she is spreading this narrative that ICE is out to citizens and round up and disappear U.S. citizens.
What if Trump said that stuff? Trump would be in jail. They tried to put him in jail.
Actually, the people she's protecting, as we just pointed out earlier today, a illegal immigrant from Laos was convicted.
And that's the thing. These people never want to go out and say, hey, you know what? ICE did take some criminals off the street. ICE did arrest some people who were very dangerous and made our community less safe. Nope, they won't give ICE any credibility because to them, the idea of enforcing America's border is completely illegitimate. Remind me how this is peaceful again. Look, they're having snowballs thrown at them.
Okay, so basically you see all the craziness that's happening in Minneapolis. I don't understand why people aren't just home having some cocoa, watching some good movies, and there's so much drama in the LBC. You know what I mean? So much drama. So much. Mickey Mo, there's so much drama. It's crazy. Iceman, please be careful. Let's not get beat up again, right? Like, what the fuck? You can't fight 10 people all swatting at you. It's crazy. Hold on, I wanted to get to my Iran videos. Hold on. Okay, here we go. This is what I wanted to see. Check. Okay. Iran is having an existential crisis. Do you know, guys, that women are taking off their hijabs and burning them? Did you know that they're marching through the streets? Did you know that they're... Oh, man. Hey, did you know that the people in America actually think that they are doing a real protest? They actually think that what they're doing tonight in Portland is a real protest. No. This is an actual real protest.
President Trump overnight standing in solidarity with protesters fighting against oppression in Iran. The president writing on Truth Social, "We are locked and loaded and ready to go."
So as protesters storm Iran's capital, it looks like the entire country is slated for collapse, because the capture of Venezuela's dictator means Iran's radical leaders have just lost their lifeline, as their partner in crime is no longer around to help them launder money.
Hey, Purple Love. So it's we can help you. There's nothing to set up. There's a link that's pinned at the top of this chat. Just go click it. There's nothing to set up. You should click it and then you should see my stream. I'm live right there. Friendly fire, $5. Did you know? Yeah. We'll be there in a few minutes, man, and then I'll answer that question. Because even I change the way I talk when we go to Rumble, you know? Jesse, yeah, I have so many videos all queued up, but I didn't know how much time.
U.S. sanctions. Meanwhile, President Trump,
I didn't know how much time I was going to have for my pre-show. I always get way too much for my pre-show in case it goes over. I don't want to run. I'd rather have too much than not enough for you, right?
says America
Shout out
is
to
ready
Cash
to
Jordan.
defend Iranian protesters if their government tries anything.
Tonight,
I will be right back.
Between protesters and security
I'm going to go call
forces in
Tommy.
Iran.
I'll be right
The
back.
demonstrations have been escalating for days, sparked by worsening economic conditions in the country.
The violent protests forced a government shutdown in 21 provinces as protests spread over skyrocketing prices and economic collapse. The protests are the largest in Iran since 2022.
I was told last summer that if the president struck the Iranian nuclear program, the consequences would be World War III and the consolidation of support for the Iranian regime within Iran. Obviously, the opposite essentially in both cases has come to pass.
Cost of living is high, inflation is soaring, and Iran's currency recently crashed to a record low against the dollar.
He means it, and he means what he says here. I think he understands the people.
Wait. Foxy, Cly, you never call me anymore. I don't think I've ever called you. Have I called you? Hey, I got a hot take for you guys. Seriously, I want you to think about something. No, this is what sparked my brain to go, maybe you should do a Greenland video, dumbass. And so here's the thing. Do you think, now this is, you have to really, I want you to just answer right away. I want you to just think about it. Do you think that the timing of them going after Greenland is directly linked to what's going on in Iran? I do. I absolutely think that there is a correlation
there.
there.
Hand on oil, then the president of the United States of America has been crystal clear. You don't mess with him. When he tells you there's a red line, he means it.
So as protests rock Iran, the connection between that nation and Venezuela cannot be understated. And what nobody's talking about is the capture of Venezuela's dictator now means other dictatorships that used to cooperate with his may soon collapse as well. And Iran especially is in a tough spot because the protests rocking its capital started before the US moved on Maduro, removing the dear leader from his bedroom at 2 a.m. and placing him in a New York City jail before he even knew what time it was. An event that spells bad news for Iran's dictatorship and supreme leader, who just lost their strategic partner with whom they evaded US sanctions on their corrupt economies and helped train and fund dangerous groups. And here's how that worked. Failing communist Venezuela always runs out of gasoline because they can't seem to refine their own oil, which just spurts out of the ground. Oil which they were shipping across the world to Iran, who would keep some of it as payment and and then send the rest back to Venezuela as refined fuel. On top of that, Venezuela was funding various Iranian groups who commit crime, launder money, and exploit the U.S. border, and some of Venezuela's islands were even bases for Iranian military activities, which supported all of the above right on America's doorstep. But as you're about to see, the most frightening thing for Iran's leaders isn't happening in their country where the protests are taking place. No, instead it's happening all over the Western Hemisphere.
Poco que sienta en este momento. Esto no tiene comparación. Gracias, Dios mío. Gracias, Dios. Me arrodillé y lloré en mi casa.
Mucha emoción. El ambiente es impresionante y
Venezuelans all over the world are celebrating the fall of Nicolas Maduro, an alleged cartel leader and one of the most dangerous dictators to ever walk the earth. And that's terrifying for the leaders of Iran, who are now wondering if they could suddenly find themselves removed from power in ways they don't even think are possible.
Good night. Good night. Happy New Year.
Maduro didn't think this was possible, and up until he was extracted from his bedroom by armed Marines, he was threatening America, said he's not going anywhere. President Trump even called him and said, listen, you should leave Venezuela, you should protect your family, and he ignored that, and now he's in federal custody. He's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. And this is something the protest...
Oh yeah, Ricky, I get all the ladies. Oh yeah, I got them lined up out the door, bro. I'm totally undateable.
Protesters in Iran are no doubt watching as they take to the streets to secure their country before it collapses completely, with hyperinflation destroying their economy, leading to food and energy price increases Joe Biden and America's Socialist Democrat Party could only dream of creating. And things are so bad in the country right now that Iran may fall in weeks or even in the next few days.
The demonstrations have been escalating for days, sparked by worsening economic conditions in the country. Cost of living is high, inflation is soaring, and Iran's currency recently crashed to a record low against the dollar. This video shows a protester sitting in the street, appearing to defy officers, leading some online to draw comparisons to this image from Tiananmen Square. While in Tehran, a number of shopkeepers closed their doors in protest earlier this week. They appear to be the biggest demonstrations in the country since 2022, when mass protests erupted over the death of Mahsa Amini after she was arrested for not properly wearing a hijab.
So everything's collapsing in Iran at the exact same time. The currency's becoming worthless. People are struggling to buy food. Businesses can't sell anything because the currency every single day is just completely worthless. And the civil rights of common people don't exist. It's all coming down at once. And it was all propped up because Iran had willing partners like Venezuela that helped them stay in business. And ask yourself, why are business owners shutting their doors? Simple. Inflation's so terrible they can't sell anything to anyone today and not have lost money tomorrow if they sold to somebody else. Now, U.S. sanctions on countries like Iran are a big player in this, yes, as they're effectively cut off from the global marketplace, as they should be, with their corrupt government funding the worst of the worst, gangs, cartels, militant groups. But this is why their relationship with Venezuela was so important. You see, Venezuela's doing the exact same stuff. It's on America's doorstep. They're also an energy-rich country with an oil industry. But now Venezuela's gone, and Iran can't team up with anyone to stay open any longer, and these protests are threatening to take down the whole place. Protests America's enemies inside America itself are reacting to in the most predictable of ways.
A lot of the policies that we have put in place has kind of helped lead the devastation in Venezuela, and we've sort of set the stage for where we are arriving today. This particular bullying and the use of sanctions to eventually intervene and make regime change really does not help the people of countries like Venezuela, and it certainly does not help, and it's not in the interest of the United States.
Right, so according to Representative Omar, if there's a despotic dictatorship out there that is starving its own people and taking away all of their rights and ruling them with an iron fist, it's actually the United States' fault if we're trying to shut down that government peacefully and things get worse in that country because of that government. Nope, it's not the fault of the evil people running places like Venezuela and Iran. Nope, it's the fault of the United States. This view is fundamentally wrong. And as we just saw with Venezuela, the United States is not looking for regime change, rather just replacement of a criminal who found themselves in power with somebody who actually wants to benefit the people of that country. On top of that, you can't let a hostile foreign nation that funds groups which hate America exist right on the country's doorstep. This is bad news. On top of that, if you listen to people who dislike America and want to see America fail, even if they're elected representatives in America, you've got to admit, everybody has to admit, the entire world has admitted that Iran and Venezuela were just way better off 50 years ago than they are today. Here we are acting like these places are perfect and Trump should leave them alone when they're just getting worse every single year.
Iran has gone from being an amazing country with great capabilities to a state where people don't have money for bread.
Right.
She said Iranians have been crying out for help for a long time.
Since 2016, I'd like to say, I've been receiving messages all the time from Iranians who are asking Israel's support to eliminate this regime. Do I think that it should be someone else's job? No. Do I think that we can support and be the voice of support to those people? Yes.
The Iranian president blamed the current economic crisis on an ongoing war with Iran's enemies.
Right now, the enemy has placed most of...
Right, so Iran's out there starting wars, funding the wrong people, supporting the wrong groups, doing it while helping countries like Venezuela evade sanctions that are designed to cripple these governments and get them to transition peacefully. Nope, they're digging in their heels. They're out there doing all that, but oh, it's America's fault. Yeah, things were better a long time ago, but Trump, it's his fault. He's the one making things worse, even though things have progressively gotten worthless, I was going to say, in these despotic regimes during multitudes of U.S. presidents. Things have not been trending in the right direction for a long time. And to be honest with you, this makes it pretty clear why so many of America's haters and the leaders of various countries around the world are so upset right now, because to those who instigate these countries, they don't think they're doing anything wrong. They don't think they're doing anything wrong by funding these wicked groups. They don't think they're doing anything wrong by being sanctuary nations for criminals or for the wrong individuals. Even though those are the very groups that make the people of these countries suffer incredibly with state-sponsored help from these regimes.
The enemy has placed most of its hopes on knocking us down through economic pressure. You cannot conquer a nation with bombs, fighter jets, or missiles. To defeat us, they would have to come and face us on the ground.
Yeah, they might not have
to. The protests come after a report from Iran International on Sunday that Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is developing chemical and biological warheads for its ballistic missiles. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu discussed the possibility of a second strike on Iran this year in his meeting with President Trump in Mar-a-Lago, Florida.
You know what's crazy? Everybody was told that the first strike on Iran was going to be the end of America, because what was this going to do? If Trump went in there and got rid of their nuclear facilities, which they were allegedly going to use for less than peaceful purposes, we were all told, oh, if Trump does that, the country's going to rally around its regime. They're going to tell people that they're being attacked, that their way of life is in danger. But the opposite of that has happened. The people in Iran right now see that their life is in danger. They see whose fault it is. They're not stupid people. That's why they're protesting. They were not manipulated, as our media told us was going to happen. They didn't wake up one morning and say, oh, gee, Trump just attacked Iran. I guess we should all start hating on Trump now. No, they understand that they are being ruled by a group of people who want to maintain power at all costs and aren't necessarily operating in a manner that helps anybody in that country get ahead. That's why they got hyperinflation right now. That's why they got food shortages. That's why businesses, poor business owners that are trying to get ahead and be industrious just can't seem to do it. They can't even sell things. So what do? They shut down. Meanwhile, the protests happening in Iran are happening over the number one issue America's rising socialists and communists say everybody should care about. But for some reason, they don't support these protesters, and they certainly don't want to see Trump help them.
Now, what is this all about? Well, you mentioned a couple of points in your introduction. The first one is the fall in the value of the rial, the currency of Iran, which has gone spiraling downwards compared to the US dollar. Here are a few facts for you. Back in July 2015, it was 32,000 rial to $1. Today, it's 1.42 million rial to $1, which basically means for each dollar's worth of goods that's bought into the country, there's been this massive increase in the cost in rial, which means people just can't afford to buy anything. They can't even afford a phone cover in plastic, which you or I will be able to buy for next to nothing here.
Yeah, right. Like, this is hyperinflation. And what do you think would happen in your neighborhood if every business just locked its doors and shut down and people took to the streets? I mean, that is the very definition of civil unrest. And everybody who would have shopped at those places has no choice but to look out in the street and see what's going on. I mean, that's why these protests are so massive. The economy has ceased to function, and inflation is destroying this economy. There's no reason for anyone to do business today if doing business tomorrow means you just lost money yesterday. People are going to hold what they've got and hope that things improve before they reopen, which is essentially a doom loop for an economy. Hyperinflation is a doom loop, and it's happening right here. And when hyperinflation happens, things change quickly for those in power.
And the situation is getting out of control. So that's the first point. And the second point, if that wasn't bad enough, is that inflation is also high in Iran, 42.2% overall, 72% for food and going up, and the same for medical items at 50%, according to the Iranian.
You would think that the party of socialism in America would be totally behind these protests, because what are they rallying over? Affordability. Look at 72% more expensive when you go to the grocery store. That sounds like we need a Zoran Mamdani government-run grocery store, doesn't it? Wouldn't that come into Iran and fix everything? How come we're not trying to help these people? Why isn't America united on this? Because the parties out there that dislike America, both inside of it and outside of it, they don't want to see success if it doesn't come from them. All they want to do
Joe,
is be
a lot
the
of people
anti-party.
over on
Anything
Rumble.
that Trump wants to do, oh, no, that's a bad idea. You want to go to Venezuela, you want to get rid of a dangerous dictator who hurts his own people and helps America's enemies prop up their own regimes. No, don't do that. Bad move. Venezuela, great place. You know what's so crazy? We're hearing now from all of the people who told us we needed a wide open border in America that we needed it because countries like Venezuela were so terrible. Everybody who's there should just be allowed to come here and live in America. And now that Venezuela is about to be safer, no, bad move. Don't do it. It's like they would rather have people be refugees in America forever and live here illegally than get to go back to their home country, which, by the way, now that it's gone, is such a problem for Iran. Iran, all of these protests over there, these recently started when heat was turned up on Venezuela. These recently started when things started getting worse over there. Yes, they've started again. There have been protests in the past, but now things are in a real trouble spot because Iran can't evade U.S. sanctions without the help of countries like Venezuela. They can't launder money without the help of that regime. That regime is gone. Cuba's also on notice, by the way.
State Statistics Center, which all in all, according to economists, is approaching hyperinflation in Iran. So all of these factors brought together have meant that people are fed up with the situation. They want the regime to do something about it. They say officials have offered no support so far.
Yeah, they can't.
They also fear that there could be tax increases.
They don't know what to
March at the start of the Iranian New Year, because the fall of oil revenue is very important, and so the only way out of this is for the regime to put up taxes, which of course they say they won't.
Oh, right there, the fall of oil revenue. Now Iran is under sanctions, so they're not even supposed to be out there selling their oil. It's difficult for them to do that, and that was one of the main ways they evaded sanctions, was with the help of Venezuela. Venezuela really helped Iran with their oil industry, didn't it? If Venezuela's going to take one of their tankers, send it across the world full of oil that they cannot refine themselves, which they just so happen to find in their country because they've been blessed with immense natural resources, Iran takes that container, They unload the entire thing. They keep half of that oil, possibly even a little bit more. They refine the rest into usable fuel, send that back to Venezuela, where Venezuela would then sell some of it to Cuba. I mean, you've got this triple triad here of these people keeping themselves in power. But now they can't do that anymore. And there goes Iran's sanction evasion money laundering machine, which was keeping this regime over there in power, propping it up, as we just heard, oil revenues, big business. But now that business is gone.
Why is the economic situation just so bad?
Well, you don't need to look very far, Nadia. I mean, if you think about all the sanctions that have been imposed on Iran over the years, that's nothing new. Basically, to stop Iran from developing its nuclear deterrent. This is something that Iran has always said it's not going to do. It did sign that nuclear deal back in 2015, which led to the lifting of some of the sanctions. But after the US pulled out in 2018, Iran went back to enriching uranium, and those sanctions have been reimposed since then, just more recently by the United Nations, which has caused more...
Okay, so these are United Nations sanctions. The entire world is aware of what's going on here. The entire world understands that this regime is not friendly and it's not peaceful. And what are you supposed to do if you've got an evil empire ruling over a country? Nobody wants to see Iran invaded by the U.S. military. Nobody wants to see people dragged out of their bedrooms at 2 a.m. unless that's the only answer for peace in a certain country and for regime replacement in a certain country. And it's certainly not the fault of the United States or even the United Nations that these sanctions have to exist at all. You've got to cut off your enemy. You've got to choose the most peaceful route possible and see if it works, even if it's not an immediate route. Yet we're being told, oh, these sanctions mean that America's just the bully. I mean, somebody should tell the elected representatives in U.S. Congress that these are UN sanctions. This isn't even something that America has unilaterally decided to do.
The first point, and I think there's also concern in many circles about what exactly Israel and the United States are going to do next, whether or not there is a plan to launch more bombing raids on Iran or not. Donald Trump has been warning about that, saying if Iran doesn't stop enriching uranium, then there could be more attacks in the near future. So I think that also is destabilizing the markets and causing more hardship for the people of Iran. These are the big...
Well, hold on a second there, because if this regime gets things it can use to intimidate its neighbors, that's going to just stabilize the regime. I mean, look at North Korea. Why are they stable? Because they are a nuclear power. Yeah.
Tommy is going live any second now. Iceman just went live. I can't put on the volume, but I can put on his little feed here. He went live. We'll organize the screens better than that. But give it about 10 minutes, Mickey Mo. Probably in about 10 minutes, we're going to be on Rumble only. So 10, 15 minutes at the max, I would say. We still have more videos past this one. Don't worry, I got lots of stuff. Oh, Tommy's live. Let's do it. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to switch things right now. We're going to, let's see here. We're going to do this. Okay, just stand by. Just give me a second. You ask and you shall receive, I guess. You know what I mean? I know what I'm doing. Relax. Don't worry. I'm getting everything set up. Okay. So, yeah, Lynn, the way this works, Lynn, is no, you can't. Not on YouTube. I will get banned. I will get termed. I will lose my fucking channel if I put on the volume on YouTube. So this is what we do, guys. We're going to Rumble exclusively. The link to the Rumble stream. We're already live on Rumble. We've been live this whole time. So the link to the Rumble stream is pinned. If you don't know how to find the pinned link, allow me to help you even further by giving you the direct link. Here is the link, not to my channel, but to the actual stream. You will see exactly what you see here. We are going live exclusively on Rumble right now. Yeah, Lynn, things changed. I don't have time to sit here and fucking explain it to you, okay? We don't do it on YouTube anymore, and that's just how it is, okay? If you're not down for Rumble, then have a good night. Because we are done with YouTube, guys. Thank you so much. Go over to Rumble, give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, and if you don't mind, on Rumble, hit that little repost pill with the little arrows that says repost. That would be awesome for you if you could do that for me. That'd be badass. I'd really appreciate you all reposting it. Here we go. Everything that Tommy says, Lynn, I don't mean to be rude, but everything that Tommy says goes against the YouTube policy of content. I did not know that until recently, so we're doing it now. 155 of you go to Rumble. We're done with YouTube in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.